Hello everyone, it's us again from the TV channel Days Drama Digest. Today, we're diving into an exciting topic that has fans buzzing. Could Days of Our Lives be bringing Tripp Dalton and Wendy Shin back to Salem? Let's explore this possibility and discuss how these characters could fit into the current drama unfolding in the town. Tripp and Wendy. A brief recap for those who might need a refresher. Tripp Dalton, played by Lucas Adams, and Wendy Shin, played by Victoria Grace, have been involved in some pretty intense storylines on Days of Our Lives and Beyond Salem. Chapter 2. Both characters have made significant contributions to various storylines, and the chemistry between them has been evident from the start. Tripp, the son of Steve Johnson and Ava Vitale, had been a staple of Days of Our Lives for years, playing a key role in the hospital and working with his father at Black Patch, the private investigation agency. Over time, Tripp formed deep connections with other residents of Salem, especially with Wendy, a character introduced in Beyond Salem, Chapter 2, who was a hacker and had a complicated connection with Tripp's brother, Joey. Wendy's time in Salem saw her fighting against Lee and EJ, teaming up with Johnny DiMera, and getting wrapped up in high-stakes action, including flying around the world, hacking some computers, and dealing with Dr. Rolf's memory-erasing serum. It was an adventure-filled arc, but ultimately, both Tripp and Wendy's time in Salem came to an end in April 2024 when they decided to leave town, heading to Hong Kong to be closer to Wendy's family. Though their departure from Salem was bittersweet, there were hints that their story wasn't over just yet. The connection between Wendy and Tripp remained strong, and even though they moved far away, they were always part of Salem's larger story. But the question remains, will they return? The hospital's need for more doctors. As fans know, Salem's hospital has been struggling in recent months. Mark Green, who had been working alongside many of the town's best doctors, has been incarcerated for the foreseeable future. With the absence of Mark, the hospital is in desperate need of more doctors to maintain its operations and continue providing care for the people of Salem. This sets the stage for a potential return of Tripp, whose medical expertise could be exactly what the hospital needs. Tripp, being a trained doctor, would have no trouble finding a place in Salem, especially now that the hospital is in such dire need. With the current situation at Salem University Hospital, where resources are running low and the staff is thin, Tripp's skills could provide a much-needed boost to the team. The possibility of Tripp returning to town to fill this gap is a real and logical extension of his character arc. After all, Salem has a way of bringing back characters when they're most needed, especially when their expertise is in high demand. Wendy's role, from hacker to private investigator. Wendy Shin's return, on the other hand, is a bit more complicated. While she's not a trained law enforcement officer like her brother Joey or her father, she's a brilliant hacker. Wendy's skills in technology and computer science have helped the people of Salem on multiple occasions. Her ability to gather information from virtually anywhere and her sharp mind would make her an invaluable asset to Steve Johnson at Black Patch, especially with the disappearance of John and Rafe. In recent months, Black Patch has been short-handed and Steve is in dire need of help. With John now missing and Rafe's whereabouts still uncertain, Steve could certainly use Wendy's expertise. Wendy's hacking abilities would be a game-changer for Black Patch, allowing her to get the information they need while staying under the radar. She could potentially use her skills to find John, track down Rafe, or even uncover dark secrets about the people who are behind these mysterious disappearances. Wendy's role could give her the opportunity to regain the same fiery determination and uncompromising woman persona that made her such a powerful figure when she first appeared in Salem. By joining Black Patch, Wendy could help Steve solve the many cases that continue to pile up, all while possibly discovering new mysteries that need to be uncovered. The impact of Wendy and Tripp's return. If Tripp and Wendy were to return to Salem, it would create an exciting dynamic. Their return could bring fresh energy and perspective to Days of Our Lives, especially in the current narrative surrounding John's disappearance and the rising tension between the DiMera family, the Black Patch Agency, and various other power players in town. Their return would also serve as a key opportunity for Tripp and Wendy to take on new challenges. Tripp's medical expertise and Wendy's hacking skills would complement each other perfectly, making them a formidable team in both the hospital and Black Patch. It would be a return that not only satisfies fans who have missed the couple, but also adds much-needed new layers to the current storylines. The personal dynamic between Tripp and Wendy, along with their respective professional growths, could lead to a number of dramatic moments. Would Wendy's return to Black Patch reignite her relationship with Tripp? Or will their time apart lead to new romantic complications? There's also the question of how Wendy would react to Tripp's role in the ongoing events in Salem, including his relationship with the people around him. It would also be interesting to see how Tripp and Wendy's presence affects Salem's other characters. For example, how would Ava respond to Tripp's return to town, especially considering the strained relationship they've had in the past? And what about Joey? Would his sibling dynamic with Tripp evolve now that Wendy is back in Salem as well? The potential for conflict, growth, and reconciliation is immense, and Days of Our Lives could use these relationships to fuel future plotlines. Will Tripp and Wendy's return happen? As of now, there has been no official confirmation from Days of Our Lives about when or if Tripp and Wendy will return to Salem. However, based on the show's track record of bringing back beloved characters when the storyline demands it, it seems highly probable that the two could make a return. With the state of Salem's hospital in turmoil and the private investigation world in need of more skilled professionals, Tripp and Wendy's return would fit perfectly into the current narrative. Whether they will come back together as a couple or face new challenges individually, the show's writers have plenty of material to work with. Their return could also breathe new life into several ongoing storylines, especially as they work alongside Steve to uncover the truth behind John and Rafe's disappearances. What fans can expect from Tripp and Wendy's return? If Tripp and Wendy do return to Salem, fans can expect plenty of action, intrigue, and emotional moments. Their reunion would be a major event, not just for the characters, but for the fans who have been hoping for their return. Given the twists and turns in Salem, the couple's return will likely bring both personal and professional challenges that will force them to confront their past, their present, and their future. Additionally, fans can anticipate an exploration of their characters' evolution since their departure. Tripp and Wendy have both undergone significant growth since they left Salem, and it will be exciting to see how their time away has shaped them. Their return could provide the perfect opportunity to revisit old relationships, resolve unfinished business, and set the stage for new and exciting adventures. The return of Tripp and Wendy would undoubtedly be a momentous event for Days of Our Lives, and it would be a welcome addition to the current drama that is unfolding in Salem. Conclusion: a hopeful future for Tripp and Wendy. As we've discussed, the return of Tripp and Wendy to Days of Our Lives would not only bring two fan-favorite characters back into the fold, but also provide new opportunities for drama, conflict, and resolution in Salem. Their skills, personalities, and connections to the show's long-running characters make them an ideal addition to the current storylines. With so many unanswered questions and mysteries to solve, Tripp and Wendy could be exactly what Salem needs right now. Whether they're working in the hospital or uncovering secrets for Black Patch, their return would be a thrilling addition to the Days universe. Fans are eagerly awaiting confirmation, and when the time comes, it will surely be a momentous event in the soap opera world. Stay tuned as we continue to follow the latest developments in Salem, and keep your eyes peeled for updates on Tripp and Wendy's possible return to Days of Our Lives. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.